What does League of Legends and an atomic nuclear bomb have in common? Correct! Pain and suffering. Okay, that one was easy. And let me ask you another one. What does League of Legends, SpongeBob SquarePants, and 2000s hit singer and songwriter Christina Aguilera have in common? It's a tough one, so here, I'll give you a couple of seconds while I watch some Instagram reels.
Oh, hell no!
If you guessed that all three of these have a failed trading card game, then you would be correct. And yes, the Christina Aguilera trading cards are a real thing. I was not joking. And for anyone that might have actually gotten that answer correct, how's unemployment treating you? A couple of days ago, Riot Games announced Project K, the new League of Legends trading card game. And as you would expect, the public reception to this was like, what? For those unaware, for the past almost 5 years now, League of Legends has already had an online card game up and running, the free-to-play Legends of Runeterra. This game takes the lore, world building, and characters already established from League of Legends and expands upon them in a Hearthstone, Magic the Gathering-like card game, which already fills the same niche that this new Project K would be setting out to do. I mean, yes, Project K obviously features real, physical cards, and will allow for in-person trading and battling, but I mean, do we really need two separate card game IPs? This just seems pointlessly convoluted and almost an admission that they're truly giving up on Legends of Runeterra. I say this because with the recent airing of Arcane Season 2, League of Legends is back on the absolute hype train, with both new and returning players jumping back into it. If they wanted to, would now not be the time to try and once again promote Legends of Runeterra and drop the physical trading card game along with it, keeping the original Legends of Runeterra IP? Instead, they used their viewership spike to promote the new Project K, which pretty much made most people convinced that Legends of Runeterra is now officially a dead game. So how did it all come to this? With the rich, expansive League of Legends universe and certainly the funds to back it, Legends of Runeterra, by all accounts, it should have been able to at least stand not too far behind the likes of Hearthstone and Magic the Gathering, if not alongside them, but instead it now finds itself falling into a deep, dark abyss, soon to wind up next to the chaotic TCG at the bottom. So in this video, I want to find out exactly how Legends of Runeterra failed so miserably. And to do that, we first need to take a look at the actual game. And to do that, well, we first need to actually install Legends of Runeterra. And I guess that already brings us to the very first issue here. This game was marketed poorly.
The card I pulled!
I've been playing League of Legends since 2013, and while I've always been an on and off player, grinding out some seasons and then skipping others entirely, I've always stuck around the game and continued to do so. They have me as a returning customer, and as a business, you want returning customers. Returning customers are more likely to buy whatever it is that you're selling, and therefore make us the perfect customer to push new product onto.
Oh, you were the guys that made League of Legends. I love that game. Sure, I'll try whatever it is that you're selling. This is a bag of Fent with a photo of Soraka stapled onto it.
Once a consumer is established within a brand's ecosystem, it's pretty hard to lose them. As customers, we typically like things being in one place. It makes things both seamless and convenient. It's why we die inside every time we install a new game and we have to install a separate launcher to run it. Please, just run through Steam. No, I don't want to run the Epic Games launcher. As a matter of fact, I don't even want that installed on my PC. Riot Games has me in their ecosystem, and as someone who's albeit not an active Hearthstone player or anything, I do still enjoy card strategy games. So pushing Legends of Runeterra onto me, it should have been an easy sell. Like selling new crypto coin to a finance bro.
I just purchased 50,000 Hawk Tor coin. It's all gone.
But it's like they didn't even try to sell Legends of Runeterra to me. They just kinda expected me to go out of my way and play it with no real incentive to do so. And I mean, sure, I'm a fan of League of Legends, but I'm also lazy. You still have to try and sell the thing to me. Make me feel like Legends of Runeterra would change my life. And every second that passes where I don't have Legends of Runeterra installed on my PC, I'm missing out on countless women that want to sleep with me. Whenever I talk about marketing, I still always think back to that one South Park clip, which even being over a decade old now, still would have done way more for Legends of Runeterra than whatever Riot Games did.
You in a tuxedo, fucking this girl, vodka, drink it all, you fucking pussy! More tuxedos, more cars, more pussy, more vodka, drink! Please drink responsibly.
I need to play this game right now! What? I need a beta key?
The card I pulled.
Fear of missing out, also known as FOMO, works. I wish it didn't work as well as it does, but goddamn does it work. And many companies have adopted a limited supply approach when releasing a new product. This fear this generates for us, the consumer, on potentially missing out on something great is what things such as sneaker drops and brands like Supreme often would take advantage of.
Mom, can I get a Supreme brick?
You have bricks at your friend Jamal's house.
And it works because, like I said, no one likes to feel like they're missing out on something cool or fun that everyone else is enjoying.
Oh, but Mom, all the kids at school have a Supreme brick.
When Legends of Runeterra was in beta before launch, you had to be lucky enough to secure a beta key in order to play it. You could sign up for the beta by email and hope you were lucky enough to be sent a key, or you could watch the various Twitch streamers who were streaming the game live and potentially secure a beta key through their chat.
I promise you, I've only been watching Pokimane for the past 6 hours and sent her a $200 dono because I thought it would help me get a beta key.
And look, closed betas and beta keys aren't anything new, but I'm not sure if it was the correct approach for a game like Legends of Runeterra. Let's be honest, card battlers aren't the most exciting things to watch. We all know how satisfying it is yourself to build and upgrade your deck and beat opponents online with your own deck that you created. But for the average person watching someone else do that, it's not too exciting. And watching that live, it wouldn't make me feel like I'm missing out on all that much, or that this is a game that I just have to play right now. However, if we took a game such as Rust, for example, massively multiplayer, proximity chat, open world survival chaoticness, where anything crazy could happen at any given moment, watching someone else play that would make me feel like I'm missing out on a whole bunch of fun that everyone else is having. I feel like in Legends of Runeterra's case, they should have been a little more open with the beta, and many people would be coming from League of Legends, and a great percentage of them probably have no experience with a card battler. So let them try the game and see for themselves what they're missing out on. Don't rely on the likes of Disguised Toast to try and get your League addict fanbase to make them want to play your game. Because I'm sorry, but nothing's happening on that stream that makes me get out of my League queue and start scavenging for some beta keys. And this is all speaking from personal experience. I was excited when I heard a League of Legends card game was coming out in beta. I applied for a beta key. Never received one, watched some streams and thought, cool, it's Hearthstone, but League. And went on about my day tilting in solo queue. Months later, the game would suddenly just be out one day. And yeah, I don't know, I just wasn't all that interested anymore. But that was in 2020. I guess I just didn't have time that day. Well now, fast forward 4 years later, today
Today I got time, cuz.
So finally, let's actually install and try out for the first time Legends of Runeterra.
You know time is of the essence.
Immediately upon loading the game for the first time, you're thrown into a tutorial. The tutorial is pretty straightforward and teaches you the basic mechanics of the game. It's also where players who are familiar with online card games will learn what makes Legends of Runeterra unique in its own gameplay, most notably the back and forth play interactions between turns. And let me just say that this game looks really good. The art is pleasing to look at, the animations are very fluid, and the game just runs smoothly. Oh, and before I forget, if you click the Poro, he lets out a cute little growl. So cute. Some cards have moves that are similar to a champion's ult in League, and these have some clean animations to them, which provides for a satisfying moment in the midst of battle. Upon finishing the tutorial, you're then greeted with a big open world-like map, which can seem overwhelming with the vast amount of icons on display and territories to explore. Thankfully, the game basically forces you to head to Zorn, where you'll embark on your first quest. And initially, I had no idea what the hell was going on. This mode the game launches you into after completing the tutorial is called Path of Champions, which is their take on a roguelite as a card game. A roguelite allows you to strengthen your future runs by investing in upgrades or leveling up, like Brotato. And honestly, I had a great time playing this mode. It was admittedly what I spent the bulk of my playtime on in Legends of Runeterra. Upgrading your deck as you progress through the quest, getting stronger and more broken powers as you go, it's all a very pleasurable gameplay loop. I've always preferred this style more, as it still makes me feel like I'm playing towards something and haven't wasted my time whenever I fail to run, which is something that would happen to me pretty early on here.
We got the worst pools. Oh my god.
Yes, my cheeks were clapped by Ezreal, but it was not for naught, as I earned myself a nice level upgrade for Jinx, which would increase my total Nexus HP to 25 for all future runs. A little boost, sure, but one that probably would have been the difference maker in that previous close battle against Ezreal. So with my new stats and just overall better knowledge of the game now, I ran it straight back and showed that femboy twink who the real meat god is. Look at this, what are you gonna do now, Ezreal? Super mega death rocket. Let's go! Let's do this! Leave him up. No bad RNG this time.
We blew them all up!
After defeating Ezreal, it was time to head back to Zorn to pay a visit to our favorite little devil himself, Teemo. And just like Ezreal, the Swift Scout stood no chance against the overwhelming force of the meat god. Bye-bye, Teemo. And now it's time to head back to the city of Zorn one last time to take on who would be our final foe for today, Warwick. However, halfway through the quest, we were greeted by the Noxian warlord herself, Ambessa. And after a grueling battle, we would find our journey come to an abrupt end. And although we were defeated, we had become stronger. So after a quick motivational talk to myself in the mirror, it was time to travel back to the city of Zorn for the final battle. Warlord of Noxus versus Meat God of Australia. Who would stand at the top?
Wait, do I... What?
The Reaper will return!
How is that so easy? This shit's too easy! How is that so... In all that hype, I actually forgot that Warwick is the final boss for this quest and not Ambessa, but it doesn't matter because like I said,
I win.
Time to go.
I already win. Easy.
it's so weird, sometimes these bosses like absolutely
This shit's
me,
too
and then other times I
easy!
will like This video is sponsored by no one. I have like 900 subscribers. No one's sponsoring this video. But YouTube tells me that 99.3% of you guys aren't subscribed to this channel. Please, if you guys have enjoyed this video at all and want to see more content such as this, consider hitting that subscribe button. Please, it helps out this channel's growth so much. And as you can see, I'm a new YouTube channel. I'm just getting started here. My videos are going to get better and better, and I want you to be along for the journey with me here. So again, consider hitting that subscribe button and back to the video. So that was my time playing the Path of Champions mode, and I had a lot of fun. It's also worth noting that through playing, I unlocked new entire decks, unlocked chests which gave me new cards, got a variety of random resources for the in-game currency, and of course, leveled up that battle pass. Very nice. Oh, and I did play one online PvP match, and that went just about how I expected it to. I enjoy card games, but goddamn do I suck at them. Although I do have a screenshot of me reaching gold in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, which I remember being really proud of. So again, this all begs the question of, why did this game fail? And that brings us to...
The card I pulled.
Now I know that you just saw the word monetization, and along with me mentioning a battle pass earlier, you've already constructed a fairly reasonable idea about why this game failed. Well, unfortunately, this would be a case that not even Earl would be able to put together, let alone yourself. As what I'm about to tell you is going to shock you, because this game did not fail due to too many microtransactions, it was instead due to too little of them. Well, at least partly. That's right, in an ironic twist of fate, Riot Games, the company that is now trying to sell its player base a $250 Jinx skin, would actually have their venture into the online card game scene partially meet its current fate due to them not asking their players for more money. This felt stupid to type when putting the script together, and believe me, it sounds even more stupid saying it out loud, but this game was too free-to-play friendly. Look, I wasn't there playing this game in 2020, so don't take my word for it, take theirs instead. Riot Games was determined to not make Legends of Runeterra seem pay to win, a view that that many people have in regards to their competitors such as Hearthstone and Magic. They wanted new players to be able to hop on and be able to build a pretty sweet deck just by playing the game, and that they achieved. But free-to-play games still need a way to make money, and to the realization of Riot Games, champion skins are a much easier sell than card skins. I don't know what was available to purchase within the initial launch of the game, but coming into it 4 years later, there's a couple of things you can waste your money on at least. You can purchase those card skins I mentioned, board skins, guardians, different card backs, emotes, and of course, purchase actual cards for your deck, as well as upgrade the battle pass. But I get it, none of these exactly have that same appeal that a brand new champion skin has, which has for the greater part of a decade now, had me burning my money at the mercy of Riot Games.
New Thirst Trap Misfortune skin just dropped.
The players of Runeterra wanted more to spend their money on, but perhaps this monetary investment they wished for during the early days of Runeterra was actually a byproduct of a much deeper issue.
The card I pulled.
Coming into Legends of Runeterra 4 years after release, I personally felt overwhelmed by all the different content on display here. And even though I'm still getting my bearings, just by having a short browse, I can tell that there is a lot to grind for. But it wasn't always that way. That Path of Champions mode I mentioned earlier, which was basically all I played, well sure, that mode has been around for a bit, but it's had so many updates, revamps, and content added to it, that it wouldn't be unreasonable to see the original mode and the current one as two separate things. And not to mention that for a while, the game only featured 4 regions. Just on this screenshot of one portion of the map, I can already see 5 different regions I've got access to as a completely new player. The game doing a great job at truly being free-to-play friendly also meant it was pretty fair and easy to acquire new cards. Anyone who spent time grinding the game out for a little bit would pretty quickly find themselves having every card in the game and nothing left to grind for. Of course, there was still competitive ranked play. For the really good dedicated players, they would hit Masters pretty effortlessly and either stop there or push for Grandmasters or Challenger. And all the other players, well, they would just play a bit of ranked to see what rank they would get and then pretty much be done with it. There's no end of season rewards for ranked, which again supports that free to play, fair for everyone style game that Riot was aiming for, but it also doesn't give anyone a reason to grind out ranked except for those that have the intrinsic drive to play ranked for the sole purpose of versing better opponents. And in modern day gaming, playing the game just to play the game with no ulterior grind or purpose is crazy talk.
Ah, that's not crazy talk. This is crazy talk.
Hi, my name is Steve, and for 2025, my goal is to find true love and happiness. I want to experience it just once in my life. Please.
So then players were left with casual online play or offline play against the computer, which is like, fine, it's good that they're there, but it's nothing that's going to keep you in the game long term. And this all ties into my point of the player base wanting something in the game to spend their money on, because some players may have wanted to put that financial investment into this game, so then they'd feel like, oh, well, I've already spent money on it, it would be stupid to stop playing this game now. Again, it's the same mindset that's kept me around League of Legends all these years. I've already spent that much money on it, I'm not going to just uninstall it for good. No, we are way too deep in for that. Same concept I know with people that still play Fortnite. They're always like, yeah, I've just got all these skins though, so I may as well play it. I, for one, missed out on the Travis Scott skin, only obtained by attending the Fortnite Travis Scott concert. So that's why I have no personal ties to Fortnite.
Dude, you don't understand. You missed out, bro. That Fortnite Travis Scott concert changed my whole freaking life, man. Bro, I went and got circumcised after that concert.
But it's not just the skins keeping the players coming back to Fortnite and keeping that game around. Fortnite is a third-person shooter, battle royale, 2 popular genres within the gaming community, and easy enough to access where even those who wouldn't call themselves an active gamer have probably still played it at one point or another, or at least watched someone else play it. An online card game, however, well...
The card I pulled.
This is to no fault of Riot at all, but online card games are just not as popular as other genres. It's much easier for someone to pick up a controller and start killing some zombies on COD or scoring goals on FIFA. These games just appeal to a wider audience and therefore are going to have a much greater player base, so even if you lose a couple 100,000 players, the effect isn't as detrimental as it is to a game with an already substantially lower number of players to begin with. So already being a niche game with a limited number of players, you really got gotta try and retain as many of those players as you can. And with Riot kinda dropping the ball on the content and monetization side of things, it was always inevitable that players were going to be due to leave eventually. But again, it's not entirely fair to put all the blame for that on Riot, because we're gamers. We've got games to play, man. With so many different games to play, it's inevitable that people are eventually going to grow tired of playing one game, no matter how much content it offers or how much money it makes you want to throw at it. Gamers are gonna game, and that means they're gonna move on. And just like wild beasts, you have to set them free.
It's time to go, son. Be free.
Why?
I don't know. Just get the fuck out of my house!
And when the players move on to a different game, with many of them never to return, it can be hard to try drawing more new players to keep the game alive. I mean, come on, it's not like you're a company that also has a game up and running that's the most streamed game on Twitch with roughly 150 million active monthly players.
The card I pulled.
This one still baffles me. I am not exaggerating in the slightest when I say that I don't recall any point of time where I was logged onto League of Legends or Teamfight Tactics and saw a promotion for Legends of Runeterra, let alone an acknowledgement of its existence. And... Huh? What? So you'll push a $250 skin that we pretty much got to gamble for onto your player base, but you won't push a legitimately good and fair free-to-play game that you've spent countless time and budget on producing? Huh? What? I remember when TFT first came out, you couldn't open League without seeing it. And hey, fun fact, 5 years later and you still can't open League without seeing TFT. Whenever I come back to League, the first thing I always see is fucking TFT. I'm tired of whenever I'm trying to beat my shit and I get a pop-up ad for TFT.
So you've heard about this awesome game called Teamfight Tactics, and
surely they could have made some room for Legends of Runeterra had they wanted to, but that's exactly it. Everything just points to them not wanting to. And that doesn't make sense because I can't believe I'm fighting for this game harder than Riot is right now, but Legends of Runeterra is seriously a good game. Why do I feel like Sukuna right now? Like, stand proud, Legends of Runeterra. You are good game. I won't lie, I came into this video with a biased agenda. I wanted to see just how bad this game was that Riot Games somehow managed to screw up, because, you know, 200 years of game design and all. But to my surprise, if I haven't already made it clear, I really enjoyed my time here with Legends of Runeterra. There's a plethora of offline content to grind, so it actually makes it perfect for a scrub like me who enjoys these games, but has the IQ of a mosquito and just can't hang with the big boys online. Hell, even while editing this video, I've been going back and playing some more Path of Champions. The gameplay itself is easy to pick up and learn, but hard to master in all the variety you can have. But even still, this is a much easier game to teach to someone than League of Legends. I believe I could teach this game to even my mum in just a matter of hours, yet there's not enough time in all of eternity to be able to teach to her League of Legends. And that's actually one of the people who this game could be for. You see, the other week after finishing season 2 of Arcane myself, I told my mum to watch Arcane, knowing it's the type of story she would like. And she was skeptical, but still gave it a go. And she absolutely binged through it. She loved it. Maybe even more than I did. But it wasn't the series she loved. It was the world, the characters and their relationships and their entangled threads of fate intertwining with one another. She has now become completely enthralled with the world of Runeterra and its inhabitants. Unfortunately for her, playing League of Legends to explore more of the Runeterra universe is just completely out of the question. Not to mention that she is, of course, mentally stable. But Legends of Runeterra, I could honestly see her playing and getting into this. So if you're someone that just finished Arcane Season 2 and wants to explore more of this universe, but would rather pour bleach over your eyes than install League of Legends, then give Legends of Runeterra a shot. There's so much lore contained within this game, you'll have plenty to sink your teeth into. There's enough content there now that you'll at least be able to get a good 2-week phase out of it. So why did Legends of Runeterra fail? Was it the non-existent marketing, the no FOMO, the lack of good microtransactions, the lack of content at launch, the inherently niche genre of the game itself, the negligence of Riot to promote it on their game with hundreds of millions of active players? Or was it perhaps a combination of several, if not all of these factors?
The card I pulled is Exodia, the Forbidden One. What the? I've assembled all the 5 needed cards. No way! Exodia! You're saying you performed a miracle? Hellfire's rage! Exodo flame!
Regardless, the current state of Legends of Runeterra is where it is, and it's up to Riot if they want to do something about it or slowly watch it wither away. And given that it's Riot we're talking about, coupled with their announcement already for a new card game IP, I think it's only a matter of time before Legends of Runeterra sadly stops receiving updates and fades away. And before that happens, if you're a League of Legends fan in any capacity, I highly advise you to at least experience this game before it's too late. Seriously, why am I marketing for this game harder than Riot ever did? No, I promise you, I'm not a Riot employee in disguise. I'm not Freak with a mask on. It's just someone that's been reminded that when Riot isn't busy actively ruining things that are either already good or just don't need to be touched, that they can actually do some pretty cool things. So how about it? Try out Legends of Runeterra and you decide for yourself if this game is a true failure or not. And hey, maybe I'll catch you in the PvP and we can see whose deck is the strongest. Sounds fun, right? You're queuing up for League right now, aren't you?
What?
No!
You know time is of the essence.